Recruit Ventures. This is part 2 of our overlanding trailer we built for $2,000. Come check it out.
So when you're configuring your trailer, the first thing you're going to want to do is figure out how your tent's going to open. So our tent actually opens on the other side, and then this awning opens all the way from here all the way to the back, so it covers us. And I knew this side we wanted to make our cooking side. And so being that the awning is over here covering us, if it ever rains, we're actually covered. Let's just jump right into the trailer and I'll show you how it works. So the first part here, we decided to put just a cheap cooler down here and a cheap cooker up here. So you're gonna wanna know your cooker and your cooler first because you're gonna wanna build around it, right?
Yeah.
These are just ball bearing sliders that I'll try to link everything in the description so you guys can just click right to it and order them. I believe these were 4 feet long. I wanted to make it the full length, but I wanted this cooler to open up just to here, and then I wanted the cooker to go past the cooler so I could actually cook while I was grabbing things out of the cooler. I'll show you how it works. This slides out and it has a couple locking positions. The furthest it goes is out to here. I've got a big long propane cord that goes all the way through over to the propane tank, which I'll show you. And then this is the cooler. And as you can see, the cooler only opens to this depth. So it actually opens while we're cooking. And I put these little small bungee cords on here as well so that when you're driving around and hitting big water crossings and going down into ditches, it doesn't bounce around and pop off. So as you can see, the cooler is just before the actual cooker. You pop this off. This again is just a tactic so it doesn't pop off while off-roading. And then you can get to your food and whatnot while you're cooking over here. And then this is just a basic cooker. Again, we were trying to be as budget conscious as possible. So you just have a basic cooker from last time. I think we made pizza. Did we make pizza last time?
Yes.
Yeah. All right, and then we'll drop this down. What's this area for, crew?
Prep area for cooking.
It is. It's our prep area for cooking. While you're in the cooler over here, you could be cooking there. You could be prepping all of your food here prior to then cooking over here. And then the next step, we wanted to have containers for all of our stuff. So again, it doesn't bounce around while you're off-roading. We were trying to be budget conscious. I decided to measure this length here and then determine what type of containers I could get that would fit from, you know, top to bottom and then width. And I found these containers at Walmart. Again, I'll link in the description. And I believe they were like, I don't know, $7, $8. So I put 2 on this side and I built out this shelf. All the material that I had left over from building the trailer, I was able to build all these compartments. And we have all of our gear in here. And then we also have a water container. We use that for cleaning our dishes. And then we have a paper towel holder here. On our first camp out, I couldn't remember what was in any of the bins. So we went through here and we labeled everything. And so then this way we know where everything is. Of course, all of our cooking utensils are in this one. You know, the other one has flashlights and headlamps, trash bags. But this whole side really here is kind of meant for cooking and prepping. And you know, one of the main parts of the actual trailer is for cooking, right, dude?
Yes.
Yeah, we gotta have food. And mommy likes to make good food when we're out. We have that cooler, we fill it with a bunch of good stuff. You can put whatever cooler or whatever cooker you want, but again, all this stuff was based on cheapest things I could find. This, I don't know what it was. I will link it in the description. I think it was like maybe 30 bucks. I'll add that to it, and then that way you guys can just click on it. Yeah, this side's a pretty good setup, isn't it, man? So what do you think, buddy?
Good. Hey guys, don't forget to like and subscribe to Outdoor Recruit Ventures.
That's right. You wanna go to the other side and show them what's on the other side?
Yeah.
Yeah, the other side is similar to this, but we didn't actually build it out initially. This was kind of a last minute thing when we built this one. So let's go to this first. You want to twist it? So these are all just the T-handles. They're super easy. You just pop them there. They've got a lock on them. They came with a bunch of keys. I bought the exact same ones for all of them, so they all have the same key. You want to pull this open? We have the propane tank here. I know there's a lot of pushback of it should be in the front of the trailer over here. For now, we have it placed here, and then we run the braided hose all the way around over to the cooker through, you can see. What you can say?
And then we have another one of these buckets.
Yep, and we have another one of these buckets here where we have our thermos and French press plates, and we have a kettle so we can do coffee and all of that in the morning. This big Jackery, yeah, the Jackery is cool, man. We had a smaller one, it maybe lasted maybe 3/4 of a day. This one actually lasts 2 full days while we're camping. And then of course at some point on the top of this tent, I'm gonna go ahead and put solar panels, a 200-watt solar panel that should charge it over the duration of time we're driving and camping. I just haven't gotten to that. This was in the original design. And then when you come over here, we'll open this side up. This was not part of the original design. So this is the configuration of this side, which is identical to the other side. This wasn't in the original plan. We actually had this open, but I decided that we needed a few more organizational options. I had a bunch of extra wood left over. You can see this is kind of some beat up rougher stuff. I didn't want to go buy any additional wood since we already had it. So I built this identical shelf as the other side. In this one, we have, you know, beanies, toilet paper, toiletries. And then this is all the trailer locks. Cause a lot of times we'll detach from the 4Runner or the truck and we'll go hiking, and we'll go do all sorts of cool stuff. I want to be able to leave the trailer here. So we'll shut everything down. We'll lock it all up, and then we'll put a wheel lock on it, and then we'll put a hitch lock on it as well. A lot of times we can't pull this trailer all the way down to where you park to go hiking, so it's good to keep it in the actual camping spot. This right here is a hot water heater. It's a gas hot water heater, so you just hook it up to your propane tank here, and then we hang it right here, and then you can put your shower caddy, that big green tent right here, and then that way you can shower, right dude? Especially if you're doing like multiple days so you're not sweating to death. Yeah, this compartment here, I actually had a chainsaw right here. And every once in a while, I mean, I guess I could add the chainsaw to the top. It's kind of a smaller one. We wanted to be sure that we were able to get clean. But again, if you wanted, you could reconfigure this a little bit, and then that way you'd have room for your chainsaw. I haven't found a container yet that will fit that perfectly. That's a perfect example why you want to make sure you configure all this prior to, and this should give you a pretty good idea of what to do. Yeah, if I could find a container for that, that would help a lot. I just don't want to put a heavy chainsaw on top of that.
Dad, let's show them the back.
Yeah, let's show them the back. Let's go. First part, we want to show you this. We decided to name this in the 4Runner the Crew Runner Overlanding, and we did build it a couple years ago, so it's 2026 now. We built this in 2024, right? Yeah, it was fun. But I think the sign was only like $50, but there were so many of them where people wanted hundreds, if not $1,000 to build a sign this size. You had like an option of like trees or I think deer, and then when we built it, and it turned out pretty cool. So you want to show it to them? Mm-hmm. You lift it up here. So one thing I wanted to mention was you want to make a lip right here when you're making your actual trailer, because this door is super heavy. And so when you swing it shut, you want to make sure it sits on this. We have some axes here. We just bought some little rubber connectors here. We have saws and things like that just for firewood. We've got a couple axes. The only reason I have two is because one time we were in the mountains, I forgot this axe and we needed an axe. And so I ended up going into, I think it was like an Ace or something, and that axe was ridiculously overpriced.
Oh wait, how many dollars was it?
It was a lot of dollars.
Tell me.
It was a lot.
I think like the best price for an axe would be like $30.
$30, maybe so. Yeah, I think this was probably like 20.
I'll say 20 or 30.
I made a little cubby here so I could actually slide a table in. We had like a picnic table type thing that the legs folded in, which was fine. It worked great. You could probably just use that, no problem. We decided we wanted something with a few more shelving options to it. This is just a shower or bathroom. It pops up. This one is pop.
But we actually we have a real shower in the back.
And we do have a real shower. We have a table here that we fit in. I'll link some of this stuff. I don't know if you guys want all the information of the stuff that's inside. I mean, if you do, I'm happy to do it. This is just a table. And so it's not just one big long table. What we'll do is we'll add this over here while we're cooking. So we have two separate areas. We have a stool. If I could go back, I would actually lower this whole thing probably about 10 inches. So we had to add a stool for my wife and for crew over in that area when you're cooking, because she can't really see if there's a big pot on the cooker. She can't see what she's cooking, so we added this stool. Truthfully, I would probably drop this a decent amount, a few inches here probably, and then I'd lower the shelves and a few inches here. So that way it would just be a lot easier to be able to cook without having to get up on step stools. And then we added a small table. I can't get to it. This is just a small table that opens up. What, we eat at this one?
Yeah.
We'll sit it down and then all three of us will just eat at this table right around our camp chairs. One other use for this shelf right here, from Hobo Freight, I bought one of those toolkits that have tons of pieces to it. And so we slide that back as well. And then that way, in the event that anything breaks, we have tools to be able to fix it. All right, you want to show them these parts?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So these containers have recovery gear in it in the event that we get stuck. We have the string lights in here, our camping chairs, air pump, and a toilet. And this one actually, we don't have anything in it. We use that for firewood a lot of times because if we're in the middle of nowhere, we a lot of times we'll bring our own firewood. We want to make sure that we actually have firewood in the event that, we can't find it somewhere. So I bought these again prior to, so you can build around them. These are just the Plano ones from Academy Sport.
Oh, it's still recording.
Yeah. This is where our toilet is, our string lights, stuff like that. You want to show them? You'll see string lights, and we have an air pump, and these are our camp chairs, the King camp chairs. They're pretty cool because they break down pretty small. And so these work really well, and they're super easy to put in here. They're not the toughest, I'm gonna tell you that. They're not the toughest, but they work perfect if you're somewhat gentle with them. And they do a great job, and again, they're super affordable. I think these are like $30, something like that. It has little wheels on it, slide in and slide out. Pretty cool. All right, then we'll pull this one out. So we have leveling blocks. You're not perfectly level, so you can level off the trailer. A lot of times we'll put like the power cords in here, right? And then we'll put just extra stuff down here, like cruise toys and stuff, right?
And we'll show you the front of the trailer.
Front of the trailer. So if we swing back around to this side, none of this is considered in the budget, by the way. The budget of $2,000 was simply just building the actual unit. And I think you could probably get the bins and stay within that price range because I think we were under the $2,000 threshold. So if you got the bins as well, I think you could make it work. But I think that's about it. If you guys want, just let me know. I could add to the description and I could add all of these items. The jerry can, I could add the bracket, the recovery boards, but I'm gonna turn it over to crew.
So guys, this is our shower that we wash our bodies with. And I have no idea what this is.
This is a jack in case we get stuck. This will jack up the trailer or the 4Runner.
And then this is our shovel in case if we need to dig up any trash or I do not want to say it.
Or the fire pit?
No, a potty word.
Oh, potty. Yeah, so we'll dig a hole sometimes for pottying. So a lot of times you got to do that if you're in the middle of nowhere. And then the recovery boards.
That if we get stuck or anything, we could use these to get out.
That's right. You stick them under the tires and it'll give you some traction. So if you guys go to part 1, I actually go through a whole process of how I cut all the trailer apart. I had leftover material, so I built this out right here. Honestly, what it was going to be for, it was going to be for wood. And now I might end up putting the propane tank out here. Just small variations that you can change up, whatever you determine works better for you. Everything has been working great. We've been overlanding quite a few times. We have a lot of plans to go again this year. You can choose whatever, rooftop tent that you're interested in. We originally had a Smitty built Gen 2 XL, right crew? It was big, it was huge, but it wasn't a hard shell, so it took a long time to set up. And so you're sweating.
Even around?
Yeah, you were around.
No, I'm talking about I wasn't helping you.
Oh no, you were too little, man. You were itty bitty at the time.
Yeah, I was like 4.
You were like 4, you couldn't help. If you go on Facebook Marketplace, a lot of good deals where people are just selling these things for next to nothing. So I've seen, $500 tents. I've seen a couple $100 awnings. You don't have to have the best of the best. I know camping and overlanding has changed a ton since I was a kid, and everything is so complicated now. So if you're trying to have fun with your kiddo, right?
Yeah.
That's what it's all about, just having fun.
Yeah.
So if you're just trying to have fun with your kiddo, there's no need to go crazy on all this. And I'm sorry, it started pouring down rain, so you're probably hearing that. We have a metal roof, so it's very loud. Well, that's it, right?
Yep.
That is the inside of our overlanding trailer. Let me know if you guys have any questions or comments. And I was just trying to slap something together as fast as I could because I told everybody that I would put a second one together. And I just want to say thank you guys so much for always supporting us. We feel very blessed that we've continued to grow our channel. Feel very blessed I get to hang out with this guy all the time and go camping and do all these cool things. We look forward to doing some more this year. We've already got a couple in the pipeline, and we'll see you guys soon.
Bye,
Bye.
guys. If you like this video, subscribe to our channel. We have lots of other videos for you to watch.
Thank you for supporting our channel and enjoying our family's adventures together. We appreciate the encouragement, and we look forward to many more explorations yet to come. This is only the beginning. We'll see you on the next one.